Previously, I was able to get Zibai on my Geo-Only account after quite a bit of primogem farming, but due to my lack of defense scaling swords, I gave her the Harbinger of Dawn. However, as I acquired more primos, I kept putting them into the weapon banner, and after reaching Soft Pity, I was able to get the weapon. Is what I would like to say, but it was actually Neuvillette's weapon, which as we all know is a super useful weapon for all of those Geo Catalyst users. I then went to claim some of my free primos from the Spiral Abyss resetting, and I was expecting absolutely nothing, which is why I wasn't even recording at first, but I was just shoving some extra wishes onto this banner because I was at 3 pity. I didn't actually expect to get the weapon, and yes, I know we can't do a ton of Luna crystallization, so it's not like the best weapon we could possibly get. Honestly, another copy of Chiori's weapon would be even better. But this means I don't have to worry about trying to get Chiori's weapon again for Zibai. I don't know why, I just had a feeling I might see another early 5-star, which is fantastic because now I can start saving my primos, as I don't think it would be visible in-game, but it has been officially confirmed that the next banner is going to be a Mondstadt Chronicle banner, and with that, we'll bring an Albedo rerun. Of course, at this point, I have 0 primos, but that is the only character I don't have. So obviously, this weapon needs to be built, but we also have Zibai's signature support, and he's only level 40. Now, I have him at C1. C2 would be nice, because it then makes the Silken Mood Serenade set a lot more appealing for him, meaning I think what I'm going to try to aim for is just 2 sets with a 2-piece elemental mastery bonus, which should also make it easier for me to get the okay artifacts. Like, this is not a bad circlet. I do have him on a Favonius weapon, so some crit rate wouldn't be bad, but if I can get away with it, I don't want to have to run a crit rate circlet. We shall see how that pans out though. I was able to get a feather and a circlet that completes 1 set. I can't really complete another one, so perhaps I don't care about the second set and I just go for the best artifact that I have. Overall, that should result in better stats than if I were to force him to be on the certain set with very subpar pieces. With that, everything's level 20. He's sitting at 716 EM. And just out of curiosity, if I remove the polearm, he's only at 131 ER. In a mono-geo team, maybe that's enough, but I think I'll just slap on that Favonius Lance. 40% crit rate is a little low, but hopefully it should suffice. And this is just one of the best parts of a mono element account. I only have to worry about getting 1 type of these stones. And look at me, I've been productive. I farmed all of the boss drops that this guy needs, though I did not check my character XP, so hopefully I have enough of that. And I'm also gonna have to get a couple more of his regional specialties, but he goes straight to level 80, and I just have a bit of farming that needs to be done. This shouldn't take me too long, though I think I will end up needing even more of these for his talents. For now though, my focus is on the Ascension, and just like that, he is max ascended. Can I get him to level 90? Yes, I can. Okay, I'll do that too. Now, for his weapon, I did already farm the weapon domain, but I do still need the basic enemy drops. And then obviously, I need even more of these. Let the farming begin. Upgrading complete. Weapon is max. Talents are at level 6 for the important ones. I've cleared all these enemies off the map, so I don't think I can get many more of these right now. However, I will do my weekly boss fights, as both of our new characters need them, and I literally never remember to do them. First up will be these 2 dweebs. So long as I can iframe properly, no one should die here, but obviously I can't apply freeze, and at the moment we only have 1 burst, so this should be interesting. All right, Zhongli, you're gonna be the sacrificial lamb here. It's gonna do this, and then we burst. And did I time it correct? No, I did not. Or it kills through immunity, which I highly doubt. I think I just mistimed it again, as I did the same thing last week. Okay, that was a bit close, but there are those weekly drops. Then I also need to go farm this, which apparently I've never farmed on this account. I mean, Chalonin is a Natlin character, so hopefully this won't be too terrible. Ooh, that looks scary. I'm gonna burst to get away from that. No, wait, don't leave. Stay here. Stay right here, because I need to keep attacking you. Wait, I can't hit you. This is cheating. All my buffs are being wasted, sir. Ah, yes, this part. Chalonin, do stuff. I mean, she can kind of get through him. I guess I'll use my burst to try to get through this one. Cool. One more. I don't think... Yeah, I did not do it in time. You know what? You're going to drop a meteor on me. I'm going to drop a meteor on you. Zhongli, nuke him. Revenge meteor strike. And there we go. Plus, I get my first time clear rewards. No. No, I should have known not to walk here. Stop it. Stop it. I should have remembered, if there's an event going on in a specific region, do not go there to turn in your daily commissions. Now that that's over, I do still need to upgrade this weapon, and I have no idea what it requires. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. The weapon material domain is also not open until tomorrow. So I will condense the resin, the whole one resin. Wow, that sucks. I wanted to try to do the Spiral Abyss stuff because it just reset and I needed my daily dose of disappointment, but I don't want to go in until this weapon is leveled. Okay, so how about this? We'll do some theory crafting, something I'm obviously so good at. I'm gonna make my life easier by removing every team that I have. All right, so this is the team that I run just for overworld stuff. Shalonen is by far my strongest character on this account, which I just think is really fun because how often do you get to see a main DPS Shalonen? Triple crowned, by the way. Obviously, we know Zibai is not gonna be the best for a mono-geo account because we can't really use Hydro, but there are some instances where she is still useful, especially if we're fighting against Hydro enemies. These two kind of just have to go together. And then I don't know if I'm gonna find it right now. Somewhere within his kit, we get more buffs when there are constructs up. Oh, right here. So ideally, I could put like, I don't love this, but Ningguang on the team. That gives us a construct. And because she's on Prototype Amber, it is also a heal. I hate that I keep getting 5-star catalysts on here. But you know what? At least Prototype Amber matches her aesthetic. And for the last slot, I could put Chiori because she also wants someone with a construct. It's also possible that I do use the Geo Traveler like I think I mentioned last time. Specifically, for when I put up her burst, everybody within it gets 10% more crit rate. However, I would not replace Chiori for the Traveler because that's a huge damage loss. And if I replace Ningguang, then this team really doesn't have any form of sustain. So I think I would go for this. And the nice thing about that is that these two teams do not use any of the same characters. Oh, actually, Zibai right now has a 40% crit rate, but a lot of crit damage. This weapon's gonna give her even more crit damage. So swapping her to a crit rate circlet is most likely the best idea. And for the time being, that puts her at a 61 to 235. I still would like some more crit rate. I'd also very much like to upgrade this weapon, but that has to wait for tomorrow. Welcome to the next day. I did already go out and farm all of the basic enemy drops that we need, or at least I farmed up what I can farm up based on what spawns. Not sure yet if it'll be enough. So now I just need to farm the actual weapon materials. And even though Zibai's weapon is level 20, I'm still gonna try to use her to farm. Seems to go just fine. Though honestly, the only thing that we're missing by not leveling that weapon is pretty much the crit damage. She really doesn't care much for the base attack. To try and avoid wasting resin, I'm gonna check to see how much more we actually need. So starting at 0 ascensions, we're just gonna start going. Seems to be going well. All right, only one more ascension left. Oh boy. Oh, I don't have any of this. All resin has now been spent, and I think it should be exactly enough. Yeah, I can craft 4 more. These guys I actually have not farmed today, so I can at least get a couple more of them. Also, do they drop their drops for clearing this for the first time? I'm hoping they do, because I haven't done these on this account. Oh, yes, they do. Okay, perfect. That'll help even more. Well, those were very easy to collect. Let me do all of my crafting, and then I can see just how many of those land cruiser drops I still need. Sucrose, put in work. Okay, not bad. Now please do it again. No, okay. I need 14 more. Could I wait for another day or 2? Yes. But I could just spend only 70 Stardust, glitter, dust. I don't get them confused. You get them confused. Oh, that was the lower tier. Right. And then Sucrose turns that into 5. Whoa, that's crazy. Where'd all these come from? Who knows? Zibai's weapon is now fully maxed. And while I'm leveling stuff, let's get her burst up to level 8. Now, obviously, I'm gonna have to keep farming these enemies to upgrade these talents. I'm quickly just doing a bit of artifact rearrangement. I swapped one of Yunjin's pieces. So Zibai is still on the Husk of Opulent Dreams, but now her crit rate is 65 to 296. The crit rate is slowly getting higher. I also feel that for this specific team, it'd be better to put Ningguang onto something that lets her do a little more damage because Noblesse doesn't really help. All right, so she's still on Prototype Amber to give us a healer, but she's got a 2-piece attack percent and a 2-piece elemental burst damage with a 52 to 120 crit ratio, so nothing crazy. Now, I really don't keep up with any Genshin news or Genshin discussions or anything like that, but from the absolutely minuscule amount that I've seen, it seems that people have been saying in this Spiral Abyss, they really want you to pull for all the new shiny 5 stars. And considering this account has already never cleared floor 12 in its entirety, I don't imagine that's gonna change this time. However, I'll do as much as I can because I do need primogems for a future albedo. Okay. I mean, it's floor 10, but I didn't expect to just delete everything on screen. So there's that done. Then I'm assuming I'll just keep the same. Oh, no, I'm swapping teams. Hydro on the second half. That means I can actually do some lunar crystallization. This is one of those times when Zhongli's meteor is actually really helpful. We don't have to worry about how long the animation is. Plus, it does decent damage. And then it's on to the Zibai side. And like when she's horsing around, she can do some decent damage. But I'm just looking forward to that third chamber. And then Shalonen kind of just does that kind of damage with almost every attack. Granted, she's got a couple more constellations than Zibai does. And here we go with chamber 3. Only one enemy on the first half, which easily goes down. And then lunar crystallization. I can finally do it. This is going to be the most satisfying part of this entire abyss for me. We'll throw in the burst for some extra damage. Keep using our horse. Oh, that's so fast. Can we just have an abyss where every enemy is infused with hydro? If I look at floor 12, there is no hydro. I mean, I'll give it a shot with the same teams, but I'm not gonna expect much. Luckily, I do know how to deal with these enemies now. You just focus on one of them, because once that shield is gone, they all kind of just get sucked together, but there's still 15 of them. And they regen the shields. I just can't get through them fast enough. Yeah, I can't do it. Both sides want lunar people. Shalonen, get off the pillar, please. And we lose 3 stars before even getting through the first side. The difference between floors 12 and 11 is just so insane. So let's just see how this team performs. I can do some lunar stuff to this guy. Oh, it's obviously not a whole lot. Come on, let's get that 1 star. Huge. There it is. Oh, I got an achievement for that. Probably the first time I ever took down the boss. Chamber 2. Starting off with crabs. I mean, that's fine, but I know something much worse is about to show up. Bigger crab. I'm not too worried about this guy. I'm just gonna try to kill it through the shield, honestly. Although I guess, I mean, I don't really have another option. Though I am slowly chipping away its shield. It's just crazy how much easier this is than the first chamber. Second half. I would like to report that I messed up my rotation on the first rotation. So that's a great start. And Zibai died. Okay. Restart. And the first half went even quicker this time. This time, let's do a proper rotation. I never realized how annoying it was to fight 2 of these at the same time. They do a lot of damage. And I assume it's just 2 more of these after this. Oh my gosh, Zibai, stop getting hit. Okay, well. Oh, now they stop attacking. Wow, that's really convenient. They just completely stop. Okay, cool. They kill me and then decide to take a break. They keep stunning me out of every skill. Stop it. Stop it. No, I don't give you permission to kill my characters again. Oh, you're about to, though. Oh, yep, it's 2 more of them. And my 3 star is gone. At least I got 2. And for chamber 3, I don't like any of these. Oh. Yeah, I hate fighting this thing. Can I get through the shield? No, I cannot. So someone dies. Oh, nope. Zhongli just tanks it with the shield. So at least I don't have to worry about iframing it. But that means I can never stun it. Where did you go? I guess during this, there's really no point in wasting any bursts. I can't damage it anyways. No, don't do it again. I was so close. Already lost the 3 star. They could have at least put a hydro enemy on this side for fun. But I suppose on the bright side, it is a Geo shield, so we can actually do something to it. If nothing else, we have that going for us. Ooh, 233,000? That's not bad. I don't know if I'm gonna get the 2 star here. Gonna be a little close. Although it's not as close as I thought it was gonna be. I got the 2 star. 5 out of 9. I also just realized that this event ends in 4 days. I didn't even know that it was going on. I only found it because I was wandering around and ended up in an unskippable cutscene. I would include more of it, but we don't actually use our own characters, so there's really no reason to keep it in the video. Though I will get my free primos from this in hopes of potentially getting an albedo. Though I'm gonna need so many pulls to do that. I do think long term, this is the artifact set that I want to get on Zibai. For the time being though, I only have 2 whole pieces on this account, and at this point I am out of artifact fodder, so it's gonna be a little bit before that happens. I wish I could just transfer our exact stats onto that set right now, because then my crit rate problem would be completely solved. You know, I am apparently at least 59 pity on the standard banner. It probably goes back further than that, and it's just been over a year since I actually did those pulls. But I have a couple of acquaint fates. I don't even know what I would want from here. Obviously it'd be a weapon because there's no 5-star Geo character, but like, what weapon do I need? I guess maybe Skyward Blade? Of course, that's under the assumption that we actually do see a gold here. As for 4-star, anything Geo. That is not Geo, and I don't think I plan on running a stringless Goro anytime soon. Okay, so still no 5-star, but we have to be getting close. If any of you saw my Mizuki video on the channel, you'll know that I recently discovered in the Miliaster Wonderland that someone made a damage testing map. Before I head there, I am going to bring a burst up to level 8 because it's been another day and I was able to farm more of the land cruisers. I was also informed in the comments of that video that when you're doing these types of damage tests, you ideally want to do 3 rotations at least. Now, my reason for being here is not just to see the damage of this team. I more so want to see how this team compares to something like Navia. So this is our 3rd rotation, and if I finish that off, we can see the strongest hit was 148,000. Zibai does most of the damage as to be expected, and the DPS on average is about 45,000. I will do it one more time just to make sure. Also, for this, I am skipping Ningguang's burst, as I pretty much only use that for healing, so I'm pretty sure that casting it would be a damage loss. All right, that time I did miss a couple more crits, but now what I would like to do is swap over to, oh, I need to put Ningguang on Noblesse again. Okay, back out of everything. Oh, I can't. Okay, well then while we're here, I might as well just see how the Shalonen team does, which I'll be honest, I'm a little afraid to check because I really want this team to do well. And if it doesn't, that's going to be really disappointing. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. I'm fairly certain that using Zhongli's burst will be a damage loss. I'm definitely going to run this again because this is actually showing me that despite it being a mono-geo team, Yunjin and Goro could both use more energy recharge. Yeah, okay, I'm only going to do 2 rotations there. Our DPS could go way higher if I get better ER on them, so that is actually very good to know. Now, that shouldn't be too hard to fix since both are on defense percent sands, and that is actually Goro's off piece. So once I have a bit more artifact fodder, I should be able to rectify that. If that isn't enough, I always could put Yunjin onto a Favonius Lance as well, but that would require a lot of reworking of our artifacts so we can actually have some crit rate. I'll just quickly swap Ningguang back onto Noblesse. I'm not sure exactly what my best Navia team would be. Maybe Yunjin would fit in here, but I just want to see how this DPS compares to the Zibai team. And after 3-ish rotations, we're only at 39,000 DPS. I'll try the same thing again with the Yunjin instead of Zhongli. Okay, that time was a bit better, hitting just about the same DPS as the Zibai team did. Okay, wait, I think I just applied a Hydro Aura to the enemy. Did I? Yes. Oh, that's cool. And with that, I was able to hit 50,000 DPS. I'm not going to back all the way out just to swap Ningguang's artifacts again, but now I want to try applying a Hydro Aura to this enemy and seeing how the Zibai team does, as now she's able to use her skill so much more often. I'll be honest, I did accidentally use Ningguang's burst once, which I did not mean to do, but that is definitely a lot more damage. One more test. I just want to try the same team but with Goro. Normally, he will be on the Shalonen team, and obviously for this team specifically, Zibai would perform even better if she was on the correct artifact set. And as we can see, this team is almost hitting 100k DPS, which I think it would if she was on that set. And so what that means is kind of what we already figured. Against enemies infused with elements besides Hydro, Navi is probably our best bet. Against Hydro enemies, it is undoubtedly Zibai. And against absolutely everything else, it's Shalonen. But now I also know how to make this team even better. Actually, I know I just said the last one was the last one, but I do just want to try this. And I don't have to make a Hydro because it doesn't matter here. Oh, it's so close to being enough energy, but it's just barely not enough. Yeah, I think I'm going to put Yunjin back onto a Favonius Lance. And my Shalonen has very minimal, okay, no, actually 0 energy recharge. So that could help her as well. Oh, and then I do have to change her artifacts because she's going to need crit. So the main takeaways are that I need to get Zibai onto the proper artifact set. I already swapped Goro onto an ER Sans, which just means that I need to replace Kachina Sans because that's the one that I stole. Then Yunjin either needs an energy recharge Sans or to be swapped over to a Favonius Lance, which would be better for the team overall. Though that does mean I need to get more crit rate through her artifacts. But this is good because when I come to farm on this account every day, I never really know what to farm for, which is why I had just been spamming the Mora ley lines. But now I know how to make this account better. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, I shall see you all next time.